So Nintendo's at it again, just filing lawsuits wherever they can. Even if it looks similar to them, they will sue the pants out of you because that is Nintendo. In this case, I do not support Nintendo for this at all. And the more you get news about Nintendo just bullying everyone from companies to little kids, the respect I have for them at all. I actually have no respect for this company because not only are they trying to create monopolies, but they're trying to destroy anything that might look similar to them. And this is by far one of the most serious legal problems that we have to face in the modern day era of monster taming. Now, monster taming has been done for quite some time. I remember Digimon existing and really loving that. And there was also some similar Pokemon like taming. Of course, Pokemon wasn't really around longer than some these other things. There were other monster taming shows from Japan. Of course, Digimon being one of them. And then there's other games like you could say Arc and what do you call it? Conan, I guess. Conan Exiles? It's not Conan Exiles, it's just the Age of Conan. And of course those didn't involve Pokeballs or anything, or something like Pokeballs. But there's a lot of animal taming, monster taming games, shows, and books out there, I would say. So when it comes to this, it's a shame that Nintendo, a once beloved franchise, has constantly been bullying every company it can find that looks similar to them. They are not nice people, I can tell you that. They will absolutely ruin your life if you even use Pokemon copyright stuff at your own home without their permission. And this has become a serious problem. Now, to be fair, this is basically only in Japan where they have Japanese judges. The Pocketpair is a Japanese company based in Tokyo. It is, as I said, it's a very serious problem that's going on. Like, I'd like to say this wouldn't happen in the US, but it very much would. And I've seen manga that have been sued to Oblivion for simply having isekai'd into a dungeon. And despite the fact there are other dungeon isekais, and I don't mean dungeon making or dungeon management, I mean like going into a dungeon. You're isekai'd and you're going to a dungeon and all that stuff. I don't mean it like that, but this one manga got sued because for copyright infringement, despite the fact that it was practically completely different, and that's a complete whole another story. If anything, the Japanese copyright laws is a complete shit show. They will absolutely destroy you if you make something similar. Of course, this might depend on the judges, but this is from what I understand. So, Nintendo has filed a patent infringement lawsuit, and as for what that is, I don't know. If it's Pokeballs, I think they're full of shit, because they didn't come up with Pokeballs the first time. It might be, it just sounds silly, I'm gonna be honest. But they filed a patent infringement of Palworld, of course, is heavily reminiscent of the Pokemon series. A lot of Pals do look similar, however, none of them are really the same. In fact, they all have a lot of differences that should be enough to not really be considered Pokemon, in my opinion. In fact, there are a lot of other PALs that are also very unique on their own. So the lawsuit seeks an injunction against infringement and compensation for damages on the grounds that Palworld, a game developed and released the defendant, infringes multiple patent rights. So I don't know what damage they're talking about. The only damage that they would have is that Palworld made a slightly better game. Not story, well, lore-wise maybe, but story-wise, between talking to people, there's not that many people around. I don't know what it is, and it doesn't seem to reveal what the infringement is. And Nintendo will continue to take necessary actions against any infringement of its intellectual property rights, including the Nintendo brand itself, to protect the intellectual properties it has worked hard to establish over the years. The debate over whether Palworld is a blatant Pokemon ripoff or a charming parody started as soon as the game launched in January, when it managed to sell over 4 million copies within a week. My guess is they're doing this now because Palworld is already making a lot more money than one of the Pokemon games that came out similarly. And 4 million copies, of course, Nintendo is out for blood now. They do not want competition at this point, and now it seems like they're trying to create a monopoly. This is incredibly unacceptable for any company. I've seen a lot of American companies try to do something similar. Some have succeeded, others have failed. Like Disney and Hollywood, they are ruthless companies. They really have done similar heinous things to other people. Granted, these were their actual intellectual property that was being used. However, nurseries and even homes had been sued for whatever reason because they had been using Disney stuff in their houses. In some cases, I guess it might have been because it wasn't made the property itself, like Mickey Mouse and stuff that they put on there, may not have been actually made by an approved Disney product. But that's kind of I don't know how they're able to even sue for that. But has no intent. So the studio has said they have no intention of infringing upon the intellectual property of other companies. He also called the accusations slanderous. Before the month was out, it was clear the lion had been prodded. Nintendo, or specifically Nintendo's the Pokemon Company, announced that it would investigate and take appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on the intellectual property rights related to Pokemon. Since then, the discourse surrounding the game has calmed. In June, Mizobi told GameFile the studio had heard nothing at all about any potential lawsuits. It's taken Nintendo around 8 months to finally pull the trigger on legal action, and in true Nintendo fashion, they'll fight this vehemently. The announcement has listed some interesting reactions of social media. Business lawyer Richard Hogg wrote on X that while it's too early to know what's at stake, Nintendo may have a challenge ahead. Probably going to need more specifics before I comment more completely, but Palworld is such a different type of game from Pokemon, it's hard to imagine what patents, not copyrights, might have been even plausibly infringed. Initial gut reactions is Nintendo may be reaching. We've reached out to Nintendo and Pocketpair for comment. So this is their comment regarding the lawsuit. Yesterday, a lawsuit was filed against our company for patent infringement. We have received notice of this lawsuit and will begin the appropriate legal proceedings and investigations in the claims of patent infringement. At this moment, we are unaware of the specific patents we are currently accused of infringing upon, and we have not been notified of such details. So this is actually a big problem, because at this point they're not telling them what the problem is, and I assume I don't know that Nintendo actually believes that they can win this. I think they're going to try to sue them into bankruptcy. because this is the tactic some companies use to basically shut down the competition. Basically, they don't really have to win, they just have to just destroy your company. Now, in other cases, they might just cherry pick certain poke pals that are in this thing that actually look similar, very similar to the Pokemon. Uh, some of which are kind of impossible. Well, maybe not impossible. There are cows and chickens in Power World, and one of the cows could be considered similar to the milk tank. Um, and then there's the red-looking guys. Looks like one of those painting, the green painting ones. So they might have a they might have some sort of a chance here with Nintendo, but again, these things are these pals are very different compared to the Pokemons themselves. The Pocketpair is a small indie company based in Tokyo. Our goal as a company has always been to create fun games. We will continue to pursue this goal because we know that our games bring joy to millions of gamers around the world. Power World was a surprise success this year, both for gamers and for us. We were blown away by the amazing response to the game and have been working hard to make it even better for our fans. We will continue improving Power World and strive to create a game that our fans can be proud of. It is truly unfortunate that we will be forced to allocate significant time to matters unrelated to the game development due to this lawsuit. However, we will do our utmost for our fans and to ensure any game developers are not hindered or discouraged from pursuing their creative ideas. We apologize to our fans and supporters for any worry or discomfort that this news has caused. As always, thank you for your continued support in Pocketpair. So, this is a very tense situation that's going on between Pocketpair and Nintendo. I have played their other game as well. I do actually enjoy their games, uh, and I would hate to see this company getting shut down because of Nintendo. Because at this point, Nintendo has, well, they've lost the plot a long time ago. I have had no faith in their company for quite some time, and I just really do not like them as a company. They just sue everyone into oblivion, and now I just don't know. I can't stress enough. This is a very evil company, and if you use any of their content without permission, or if you try to make something that even looks similar to their content, they will sue you to oblivion. If they use similar mechanics, they will sue you into oblivion. If you try to even put something that is a similar name to their Pokemon, or maybe it's probably the same name as their Pokemon, they would sue you to oblivion. It's pretty insane what's going on right now. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. You probably didn't, honestly. I usually say this at the end, but you know, if you want any more news regarding Power World, please leave a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and good day.